In this video, I'd like to show you how to open photo files in Photoshop. There are several different ways you can open files and work on them in Photoshop. I'm going to show you the ones that we're going to use most frequently in this course. So follow along, and then you won't have any trouble as we begin working on other lessons using Photoshop. When you first open Photoshop, one way that you can open a file is to open a recent file, and if you've worked on other photos, they'll show up here in recent files, and all you have to do is click on that and it'll open that file in Photoshop. But if you're creating a new file for the first time, or you're opening a photo that you haven't worked on yet, you'll need to go up here to the top where it says New File or Open. So first I'm going to show you how to open a file that you already have saved. Like this would be a photo you've taken with your camera and you've uploaded it to your computer, or you've uploaded it to Google Drive. So we're going to go up here and choose Open, and that's going to give us an open dialog box where we can choose where we want to open that file. So I have Google Drive installed on my computer and set that up on my computer, so I can open my Google Drive and I can open files I have in my Google Drive, or I can scroll up and choose from the desktop or choose from my downloads folder. So if I just recently downloaded a file onto my computer, I can choose a recently opened file on my downloads folder. So I'm going to go to Google Drive. I'm going to open my drive. I'm going to go to my printing folder where I keep files I want to print. And you can see that I have a variety of files in here that I can open. So I could open a photo like so, and that'll open into Photoshop. Another way that you can open a file in Photoshop is to create a new file. And I could create a size. So let's say I want to create a square image for a website, for example. I could click this 312 by 312 pixel, 150 pixels per inch option. You can also customize options in here as well. I'm going to hit create. This will give me a blank page. I can then place a file into this space. So I can go to File, and I can choose Place Embedded or Place Linked. Place Embedded will take a file and copy the file and place it into Photoshop. Placing a linked file is useful if you want to work on something collectively, because the changes you make to that file will change the file that you have linked. So typically in this course, we're going to use embedded placements. That way it doesn't alter the original image. So I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded. And again, this brings up my folder where I can find my files. So I can locate my files and I can place an image. And it'll place that image in. If your image is a different shape than the original screen, you may have to crop it or size it to fit. But that's another way, embedding a file. And if we go up to Window and, sorry, I'm going to place my image. And then I'm going to go up to Window and choose my Reset Essentials. You'll see I have layers down here. When you place an embedded file, it automatically creates a new layer. So I have my background layer and I have my new photo layer here. So that's a nice feature if you want to work with multiple photos and place different photos into the same document. You can go to File, Place, and place images, multiple images into the same document. Another way that you can open a file in Photoshop is to drag and drop a file into the space. So we can go down here to our folder view at the bottom of our computer, and we can find a file that way. Or you could go to your desktop as well. You can see I have my photos here, so I can drag and drop a photo, and I can drop that into Photoshop, and it will open that photo automatically. So you can drag and drop a photo, you can place an embedded file, you can open the image directly from a file, or you can open recent files. So there are 4 different ways that you can open files, and we'll be using those in different ways as we work through things in the course. So now when you're watching another demonstration, we won't have to go over that. you'll be able to open your file that you want to work on using one of these methods. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.